Hey folks, and welcome to Minions of the Zoo show 1484. I am not Delahazed, and with me today is Terry Diamantis.
Hello.
Yeah, so Delahazed had his show up and going, but his connection issues had disallowed him to continue his show. F in the chat for his net setup. And we will see about continuing this on our end. So we're still in his StreamYard. So
Yes, we are.
I sent him a message saying that he can join us if he wants. It doesn't sound like he'll be able to, but it is his house, so we'll see about going with that.
It seems like a vain hope that he'd be able to join us.
Well, he is in chat, so.
Hey, there he is.
So how are things going for you?
Yeah, not too bad. I haven't really done much today. I honestly I don't know where the day's gone. It's sort of like I honestly I don't know where I've done nothing, but it's 4:30 in the afternoon. So, but it's yeah. How about you?
Not a lot happened today. In-laws came and we had dinner with them, and it pretty much was a vomit fest from there on. So it's that's kind of gross. So we're not going to talk about that any further.
Yeah,
Unless you guys want to talk about puke, I'm good to go.
No, I think I'm good. I think I can live without that. Did you see what Carlin Borisenko was saying on Twitter and
honestly,
how colossally insane she is?
After watching like Monkey stream, I had no idea who this bitch was.
Oh, okay. Yeah, she said the people who died in the Holocaust chose to die, and that decision was made before they were even born. They wanted to feel oppression, so they chose pre-birth to be a Jew in the Holocaust.
So yeah, that doesn't sound like self-ratioing behavior there.
Oh yeah, she got ripped to shreds, and rightfully so. That is an absolutely insane thing to say.
Yes, Costin, I am Captain Pandemic. I could have gone with Lord Helmet, but he only spat out his coffee. He didn't actually throw up anywhere. So
So, yeah, I saw that on Twitter, and like everyone was losing their minds.
yeah, that's fucking bait. That I don't see why making yourself fucking stupid would. I just don't fucking get it.
Well, I thought it was like trolling, so I went to her page, and she's actually said that. Well, I mean, what she said was she wants to state her beliefs as brazenly as the Christians state theirs. So, from what I can tell, she legitimately believes this. It's just that she was trying to piss off Christians with the way she was broadcasting her beliefs. But her beliefs are fucking insane anyway, so.
Yeah, that goes without saying.
That's probably why I didn't do anything today. I was too busy reading all the people laughing at her.
Oh, looks like my kids are having fun in their own Discord channel, which I am.
What's that?
My kids have gotten their. My kids have a Discord server.
Okay.
And so far they've been posting some videos in there, Pokemon Showdown stuff, and
okay.
They have a memes. And
I like Pokemon Showdown. I should check it out.
Yeah, I've been meaning to actually get to playing that. He's been trying to get me to play it for a while, but
you do need to know a fair bit about Pokemon to actually build a proper team. So if you're like not that into it, probably going to be fairly
I
confusing.
almost can guarantee I will be slaughtered on the regular.
Yeah, but you'd probably be best just going to a website and just copying someone else's ideas rather than trying to like make your own team, because you have to make a lot of decisions about every single move, what ability, what item, how you arrange their stats. So if you're going in blind, it's gonna like be overwhelming, the amount of things you've got to figure out.
Yeah, that sounds like a lot of setup for not a lot of payoff.
Well, I mean, it depends how much you like Pokemon. In my case, is like everything I ever wanted from a Pokemon game. But if you're not a Pokemon fan and you're just hit with a wall of information, it's like I can see why people be like, "Nope, not for me. I'm out."
Gotcha.
The only thing it's missing, if it had a single player mode, it would be the best Pokemon game in the world. Sadly, if I want to play it, and I don't play it much anymore, but I would have to play other people.
So how many people do you know have played this? Just other than
None. Zero.
anyone else?
No, I can go into like the ranked mode and it just pairs you up with random people.
Wow.
For a while I did that.
And it does it does it automatically, or is it?
Yeah, you choose what format you want to play and what team you want to use, and then hit find game, and it'll match you with someone. I think it tries to make sure it's at least roughly the same skill level as you. So if you are like the bottom rank because you're just starting out, it'll match you up with other beginners. You won't be like facing world champions or anything.
So unlike say Mortal Kombat X, where someone who is 0 and 9 will face someone who is like 165 and 20.
Yeah.
I'm not just pulling those numbers out of my ass on that one.
That was you. But I think we should play more fighting games. I enjoy those.
No, I am definitely awful at fighting games, really, because like you said, like I said with the whole spamming fireballs thing.
Yeah.
I don't believe in it, but that's just me. Like that's my. Like I have my own set rules for, that kind of stuff. And it to me, it's just a boring fight if, someone's just standing there spamming fireballs the entire time. But
my thing is, if someone is just standing there spamming fireballs, then that is extremely predictable. So you should be able to just beat the shit out of them because they're acting like retards.
Yeah. That's why I like the characters that can like deflect it.
Yeah. I mean, there's some games where fireballs are really, really bad, and like because there's just so many ways to deal with them. Street Fighter 3, for instance, every character has a parry. And like once you figure out the timing, it's pretty tricky timing, but you can learn it. Uh, if they just throw a fireball from the other side of the screen, you just parry it. They do 0 damage and you gain a bunch of super meter. So it's a terrible idea for them to spam fireballs because they're just giving you free super meter.
Yeah. No, I've never really been like terribly into fighting games, really.
Hmm.
I mean, I've had fun playing it with you, but yeah, they're not really my wheelhouse. Really, my friends and I have really only gotten into Mortal Kombat just for the violent factor, really,
Yeah, yeah.
and I think that's
I
really the main draw for it.
I actually find that the newer Mortal Kombats have gone. I don't want to say too far with the violence, but they've taken it too seriously almost. Like it's not as ridiculous as it used to be with the fatalities. It's like seems like they're trying to do actual gore instead of over the top ridiculous gore.
Yeah. Well, I mean, to a degree, yes. There are still a few that are like, that it looks like they actually put effort behind it.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's not a. It's like, come on, you can do better than that.
Well, I find too many of them just look the same. Like you cut off a few limbs, you cut them in half, you cut their head off. They're all basically that. Like
Yeah,
there's a handful where they actually get creative, but like 80% of them are just, he cuts them in half.
yeah. Or the usual like uppercut that takes
Yeah.
their head off or some shit like that. It's just simple.
So yeah, so I don't know. I haven't enjoyed Mortal Kombat recently. I didn't even play Mortal Kombat 11. I think I bought it and then just never played it.
No, I've never. I think the initial complaint around uh, Mortal Kombat 11 kind of dragged me away from it.
Yeah, fair enough.
Just because people were complaining about the characters,
Hmm.
and then I saw the endings for like the
Oh yeah.
arcade. I'm like, those are shit.
Oh, there was one really cool thing about one of the endings. Jax goes back in time and somehow like undoes slavery and like basically all but says Black Lives Matter.
Yeah,
And the funny thing was, Jeremy from the Quartering,
yeah,
he did a video complaining about the ending, and there's a feminist called Leanna Kersner who made a video complaining about the ending, and they both basically agreed that it was a terrible ending, but for totally different reasons. Because like Jeremy is obviously not a feminist, and Leanna is very much a feminist.
yeah.
So they were coming at it from different directions, but they both agreed this is a terrible ending.
No, I watched a couple of Liana K videos way back when.
Oh, damn cars.
Go gadget go.
um, One thing I do like about Mortal Kombat is they actually put effort into single player. A lot of fighting games don't bother because most of the people who play them just want to beat up their friends or strangers. A lot of people don't even look at the single player options, so a lot of fighting games don't bother putting one in.
Yeah.
Like that was the issue with Street Fighter Five when it first released. Street Fighter Five didn't even have arcade mode.
And that
I'm not
that
making that.
that annoyed the shit out of me. I'm really glad that when I bought it, it was because the store that I bought it from was going out of the business,
Hmm,
and so they cut. Uh, how they usually did it is they started the first part of the game or the first part of their sale. They started everything cutting it at 50% off, and
yeah.
the closer it got to closing, it was to the point where they were like 80 to 90% off.
Nice.
And so I bought Street Fighter V for like $6.
Sweet. They did eventually add one in. It's not a satisfying one. The endings are not even real endings. Like in Street Fighter 2, you actually had like the music, the animation. You like saw Ryu walking into the sunset. They had all that. In this, there's just like a bit of text appears at the bottom of the screen saying, "Yeah, Ryu won," and then he went on his own way. Bye. And it's like,
Yeah.
that's not a real. That's not even a proper ending. Like, do it properly. If you're gonna do it properly.
That's a Street Fighter 2 ending.
Well, no, it was worse than the Street Fighter 2 ending because there wasn't even like animation. It was just text at the bottom of the screen saying, "Yeah, this is what happened. Cool, bye."
So like that. So like the end of those John Hughes films.
Yeah,
it was like, this character went off to do this, and it's just a still of the character.
Basically, like in Street Fighter 2, you actually had like they composed different music for the endings in Street Fighter 2, and they had like full animations. In Street Fighter 5, it's just, yeah, this is what happens. Bye. And no, not a fan.
Oh, that would be hilarious.
The game itself, like the fighting, is fun, but everything surrounding it is not really very good.
I wonder if you would do that, like just take like a karaoke version of God, what was the song at the end of Animal House?
Oh, was that "Don't You Forget About Me"?
No, that was
Oh, that was Breakfast Club.
Yeah, that was Breakfast Club. Oh, let's see.
Oh, what was Animal House? Oh, I don't know.
That was the.
I haven't watched it in like decades.
Yeah,
so
it was.
I don't remember.
I think it was Shout. I'm not sure though.
Okay.
To Animal House. Robot House.
Yeah, we have a Della.
Hey, man.
You know, speaking of Animal House, I just had to sacrifice an animal to get this connection going. So, yeah, to appease the Canadian internet gods, I sacrificed a dirty Frenchman. It took a little longer than usual because, you know, winter and all, they had to call a cab.
Well, and you know, they're French, so their first instinct is to run.
Well, no, because the way the ritual works is you lure one in by standing outside and holding a handful of snails. If that doesn't work, then 2 or 3 frogs ought to do.
Yeah.
But yeah, they'll come running.
Have you tried a baguette with on a bicycle?
There you go.
Do you know how much a bicycle costs?
Well, I'm sure you can find one on the street somewhere.
I'm sorry, do I strike you as a 12-year-old prepubescent?
Well,
do you think I'm still a preteen degen running around the block stealing bikes from random front yards?
Well,
I didn't want to bring it up, but
it does, and it also requires effort. So I guess that is another.
You know, I didn't want to bring it up being the most obvious point and all, but yeah, that's exactly right.
So, connections aside, how have you been, Della?
Oh, you know, same as always, better than I deserve.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. A little frustrated with the connection issues. I don't know what's going on or why, but hopefully I'll get it sorted soon enough. So, you know. Till then, cool. It is what it is.
It's very selective.
Yes. It's very strongly selected me to target. On the bright side, I got a couple fun projects done during my free time, so that was nice.
Cool.
Okay, so I'm just trying to find the song that plays at the end of Animal House. And without, getting us in trouble with the YouTube videos that are there, let's see. Lyric Finder, find the lyrics for any song. Don't even know what song I'm going to be looking for. Next one is Animal Farm. Not even close to the same movie. Spoon Music Tune Find. Still don't know what song.
It was Shout. It was Shout.
Okay.
Yeah.
But, take a karaoke version of Shout, and then just take a screenshot of every Mortal Kombat ending, and then just, in text form, just, fade in the text of the ending, fade out, switch to the next one, to the tune of Shout.
There you go. It's there's not much been going on. I've been reading the books that I was telling you about before.
The fighting fantasy books.
Yeah, up to 56 now. So I'll plug away at that once we finish up here. And crazy to think that there's 69, and I'm already up to 56, and I've only been doing this for a month, so I've been tearing through them.
Have you? Are they long books? I guess are they long stories?
It's not that they're long; it's that I'm playing until I win, and they're very unfair in terms of gameplay. So yeah, it's not so much that each individual reading is taking a long time. It's that I have to play it 7 to 8 times to actually win it, because it's all done by dice. So you just have to keep going until you get lucky.
Wow.
I think the worst one took me 16 attempts to win. So that was a pretty long one.
So I found a tweet, and I'm trying to find it now because I lost it because it jumped. Asking what movie we're looking forward to in 2022.
None.
Yeah, that was pretty much.
I'm not even looking forward to 2022, let alone a movie in it.
Exactly.
Have you seen 2020, 2021? Hell,
yeah.
I've 2016.
I've seen enough of 2021. I don't.
There's only a few weeks more to go, and then you can be into the uncharted territory of 2022 and all the horrors contained within.
That is both not soon enough and far too soon at the same time.
I know. Assassin of the Grey is apparently looking forward to Top Gun Maverick.
Really, on that list, the only thing I was looking forward to was John Wick Chapter 4.
No.
My wife is looking forward to Top Gun Maverick, and I'm not.
I've seen the quality of modern movies. I am not looking forward to any movie made in the last 20 years.
Right. Especially anything that's trying to take itself seriously.
Yeah. No. If it was made after the 90s, I'm probably not too interested.
As long as John Wick Chapter 4 is gun porn,
no.
I'll be content.
No.
Yeah. I've learned not to look forward to things. It never ends well.
Aim low and avoid disappointment.
Correct.
One of the great rules of dodgeball.
So you're saying the only thing you're looking forward to is in 2022 is anything Richard LaRuna is in?
Why? What have you heard?
Nothing. I was just...
He's out of the business. He's not making anything anymore.
Yeah. Well, I mean, with
TUES.
as much trouble as he had with 3, I'm not shocked.
Exactly why.
But with how many times Horror Seducer is mentioned throughout 3, it kind of teases you a lot.
Yeah, and like I think he probably intended to make it, and had Super Seducer 3 not been treated the way it was, he would have made it. It's just after being kicked off every gaming platform known to man, he's like, fuck this. This is too much stress for what I'm getting out of it.
I would 100% agree. That's totally fair.
And I haven't watched all of 3, all of your stream of 3.
Right.
But from what I have seen, I've seen nothing as bad as some of the other shit that Terry and Sora have shown us.
Right, and I've played through the entirety of 3 now, and from what I've seen, I would say Chapter 3 is probably the most risky of all the chapters, but it's still pretty tame.
Oh yeah, there's no nudity, at all.
As disappointing as that may be, it's still pretty sexy though.
Yeah, everyone involved is wearing like underwear, but like not the kind of underwear that even reveals anything. You're not gonna.
It's very JCPenney.
Yeah.
It's not hot tub streamer. It's decent.
You know how stand-up comics always made fun of like the people who watched who read the Sears catalog as a pubescent child. Yeah, that that's what Chapter 3 seems like, or the
No, that's not Chapter 3.
Or not Chapter 3.
That's when he's going over the answers that you chose.
Oh, well, no, I mean, I just meant
when all the girls are in the background in their lingerie.
Yeah, that's what. I mean, that's how risque it is. It's Sears catalog. It's it's not. What the fuck's that Twitch Thought's name?
Amaranth?
I don't know.
Yeah, that one.
It's not pornographic by any stretch of the imagination.
Yeah. That's why I just generalized and went with hot tub streamer, because that's most of the hot tub streamers. It's just borderline, if not pornographic.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I refer to Twitch as a softcore porn site. I don't know why they still have games on it.
Sadly, I agree, but I got a couple people on there that play games, and I support them still. So,
porn.
Other than those underdogs, I agree with Terry.
Porn and video games.
I mean, it's every virgin's dream, to be fair.
No, I've told Moonshot that him being on Twitch is part of the reason I don't watch his stuff. He also plays games I'm not too keen on, so if he plays Super Seducer, he's got a guaranteed audience member, but he won't do it.
I was gonna say, it's not like he plays real games anyways. I mean, come on. At least play Catherine.
Oh, I would definitely watch him play Catherine.
Right?
I
play some Donkey Kong.
I tried the demo of Catherine, and it doesn't sound like a game that I would like. But like the story in itself is kind of interesting.
Exactly. That was my impression too when I first heard about it years ago on Xbox.
Well, that's what happened with me. Is I found out about the story through a webcomic, and I was like, "What the fuck game is this?" And then I found out that it's a block puzzle. It's like, okay, but that story still sounds interesting.
Yeah. Although I would recommend, if you do end up playing the full game, Johnny, be careful about streaming it, because what was it? They got because like I had it fine for years, and then after a couple of years, I started getting hits on my replays because I think new company took over ownership or something like that.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't plan on playing it anytime soon, so
I'm just saying, just in case, keep it in mind.
yeah.
Yeah. But no, Catherine was a good game. Well, rather, I liked everything about Catherine except the actual block puzzles. The block puzzles were like they were fine. I didn't like hate them or anything. It's just they were the worst part of the game. It was like something that you had to do to get to the next good bit.
Right. Yeah. No, the story was definitely the reason to play the game, and it was quite a fun tale to tell and stuff like that. And the ending, all that, was so fun.
I mean, there's like 8 endings, but
my favorite is the one where he's sitting on top of Nurgle.
Yeah, of course.
Naturally.
That was the best ending, but
the one true ending, I would say.
Yeah. No, I did like the story behind Catherine, and I actually got the boring ending the first time around because I always play as like good on my first playthrough, so I was like married to Kay Catherine, and like it's not nearly as funny as hooking up with C. Catherine and becoming a devil in hell. That was definitely a more fun ending.
Mm-hmm.
But Kay Catherine's ending is where you find out that Erica was born Eric.
Yep.
And you get to see Toby freak out when he finds out.
Oh God! It makes up. It kind of, that ending right there when Toby finds out that evens out the quality of endings in my books.
But he's like, I want my V card back. That's not how that works.
What if I told you never really lost it?
Oh man.
How's that cherry pie, boy?
That's not very ladylike.
Oh.
No, it's I think I was thinking about it, and I think the next one I'm gonna try streaming is Doki Doki Literature Club.
Oh, I like that. That was good.
If they have it in English, I'm gonna. Is it in English?
They do. I've played it.
Okay.
I wouldn't play a game that was in Japanese because I don't speak it.
Yeah, it'd be kind of hard to
other than Blaze Blue, but at least it has subtitles.
No. I mean, if it has subtitles, then I count that as being in English. I need to understand what's being said.
There was a trailer I saw for a game on Steam, and I think it was in Chinese, and it looked like a pretty fun game, but it was all Chinese, and I'm like, you are missing out. Like, get a translation team, get something, and make this a thing.
But that was one of the things that pissed me off about Central Fiction was in the first 3 Blaze Blue games, they had an English dub. And then in the 4th one, they decided, let's not do that. Let's just have everyone speak Japanese and use English subtitles if they choose. Like, no, now everyone sounds wrong because they've got completely different actors.
Yeah.
Playing each character. It's like, I want Ragnar to sound like this guy. I don't want him to sound like some Japanese guy. I've listened to him for 3 games now. He has a certain voice, and this is not it.
Yeah, it's really kind of weird, like watching like an anime that from dub or sub to dub. Because I'm trying to picture like who are they going to hire for an English dub of this version of character, and then sometimes they'll just be like, be this big macho man come out, and it's just like, yeah, I'm this character. And it's like, no, come on, like.
It's funny. I do like the anime art style. It's just I don't actually watch anime. If there's a video game with an anime art style, I'll probably like it, but yeah, I don't sit down and watch the actual shows.
No, I started with my stepson, and it kind of just picked up from there. So it was.
The only good anime is Pokemon.
Agree to disagree.
No, I remember listening to Bill Burr's podcast, and he talked about just on a whim he watched One Punch Man.
Okay.
And as soon as he mentioned he watched One Punch Man, he's just like, all the nerds were just like, well, if you like that, you should watch this. And he's just like, fuck you guys. I don't want to watch shit. I watched one show, and it was interesting, and that's it. I'm not going to... Yeah.
I think I do have to take that back. There was a Street Fighter cartoon that I think was technically anime.
Actually, there were a couple.
The Street Fighter like animated movie.
Yeah.
If that counts as anime, then that's the second good anime.
Well, I would say that it does because it fits. I'd say it fits the bill.
Yeah. Okay, so there's two good anime. One is Pokemon, and the other has Chun-Li showering in it. If you buy the anniversary edition of Street Fighter that comes with the anime, that part is censored. They don't actually let the kids have access to that part of the movie. It's probably wise.
Let's see. Animation collection. There is Street Fighter 2, the animated movie. The animated series. Street Fighter 2 5. What?
What? Okay.
Street Fighter 2. Oh, it's a TV series. I gotcha.
Street Fighter 2, the animated movie, is the one that I'm talking about.
Okay. I think I saw that on TV way back when.
I mean, it's good for things other than the Chun-Li shower scene. It's just that's what it's famous for. Everyone's like, oh, the one where Chun-Li's naked. Yes. But no, like the action scenes are actually pretty good. I don't know if it's just that I'd seen the live action Street Fighter movie with Jean-Claude Van Damme, and anything that was better than that would have been like, okay, this is pretty good. But no, I enjoyed the animated movie.
Well, I'm looking through. It looks like they made a live action movie for Street Fighter called Assassin's Fist. And it looks like they have Brandon Routh as it's a character who looks like Brandon Routh. I don't know if it's actually him. Christian Howard. Never mind. Yeah, no, that looks like a thing. I think it's a Machinima movie.
I did try watching the Phoenix Wright anime, but like all they did was take the script from the game and turn it into a cartoon. So it was just like a less interactive version of the game. What's the point of that?
Yeah, I was interested in the Phoenix Wright games, but I'm like, I don't know what you're supposed to do, so I'm just like, yeah, I'm not gonna.
Well, the games are good. I enjoyed the games. The anime was just a retelling of the exact same thing from the game, so there's like no point. As for what you do, it's just solve the crime. The basically.
Gotcha.
It's like you wander around collecting evidence, and then you go to trial, and you talk to the witnesses, and if you think they're concealing the truth, you press them for more information. And if you've got evidence that proves they're lying, you show it, and that's it. That's basically the game. It's like a Japanese version of LA Noire.
Gotcha.
Without the like action sequences. It's all visual novel.
Yeah, I there's a couple games that like they kind of piqued my interest because they were free on the PlayStation Store, and I'm like, oh, okay, I'll play this game. It seems kind of interesting, and turns out it's just a hour-long visual novel.
Yeah,
And I'm like, if it's a visual novel, tell me. Like, don't just give me like this fun gameplay bullshit in your description.
yeah.
And then all I'm doing is just hitting X. Like, it's not.
Make it.
I'm waiting for an actual like game to play, and it's just I'm watching a movie.
Yeah. Well, I get annoyed at the visual novels where you don't even get to make choices, where it's literally just you hit a button and watch a movie. Like, just make a movie at that point. Why do you need me to hit a button every time I want to see more dialogue?
That's why I really liked Heavy Rain.
Oh, yeah.
Because even though it was like watching a movie, it still gave you, it gave
Things
you
to do.
it gave you something to do and a time limit to do it, kind of. Like, well,
Okay.
not on every bit, but in some parts, like you get in a I think with Scott, you go to this scene, you find a guy who's dead, and your fingerprints are all over the place. So the cops are coming, and you have to clean up all of your evidence, all evidence that you were there, so that you're not, indicated.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, you can clean up as much as you remember to clean up, and then you're like, oh yeah, let's get the hell out of here. And if you actually forget to clean something up, the cops will come for you. And
cool.
They'll be like, oh, well, we found your prints here. What can you explain? Can you explain why? And you kind of gotta, try and. I think you can either like tell the truth and you're like, oh yeah, I was there, I knew the guy, but I mean, it was a long time ago since I played it, but.
If I'm thinking of the right game, at the very beginning, does your son go missing and you're like running around going,
Jason,
like, Jason.
Yeah, in one tone. It doesn't change.
Because I stopped playing because I got bored. It's like nothing is happening.
Well, like
I hear it gets better, but like the beginning was so boring. It's like, okay,
and what's really funny is like, I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. Because it seems like as soon as that scene starts, there went from being, it went from being a semi-busy mall to like, rock concert thick. like people are standing just side to side, and you're just worming your way through this crowd. Like, it's Black Friday at Walmart or some shit. And yeah, you're just trying to get through that group to, eventually go find your kid who gets hit by a car.
Oh.
Well, actually, you go to save him, and the car hits you, and you land on him, and so you kind of end up killing him. Like there's no good ending to it. It's just.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard people rave about it, but the beginning was so boring that I just gave up. So maybe it's worth another try at some point, but
Yeah,
my memory of it is not particularly good.
The very beginning is extremely slow.
Yes, agreed.
And yeah, it's if you can make it past the beginning into maybe like the second part of that. So there's the initial scene where you're kind of like, we get it, you're a architect, blah 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 blah. You go through, and it's mostly tutorial stuff. Like, this is what you do. These are the options you have. And then if you get through the first scene after your son dies, and then once that ends, I think the story picks up after that.
Yeah, I'm gonna file it under Final Fantasy 13 syndrome, where telling me that it gets better after a while. If the while is too long, it's not gonna matter.
Yeah. No, it you don't go through half of the game and it's like, all right, we're finally getting to the good part. Like, no, I think once the characters are introduced,
okay.
Well, these are the type of characters, like, if you're not connected to at least one of them, you're not going to like any of them.
Okay. And have you played Detroit Become Human? Because I think that was made by the same guys.
Yes, and I have not.
Okay. Because that's the other one, like, people talk about that in the same sort of way that they talk about Heavy Rain. So I figure if you like one, you'll probably like the other. I think Della would hate them both because they're made by a French company.
Explains why I have so much trouble playing Detroit.
Well, that would explain why there are so many baguettes in the game.
If you see frogs that have a prosthetic leg, it's definitely France.
Probably rains them. Probably rains those missing frog legs.
But oh yeah, TVDM saying, "Hey, you're back." Yes, we managed. Johnny set up the stream.
Yep.
And there's another game that I remember. I don't remember what it was called, but it was basically like a horror game, and like the choices you made determined which of the teenagers survived. And like I was watching someone play that, and it was kind of funny, just deliberately choosing one and watching them all die.
Until Dawn, I think it's.
And that's it. That's it. That's the game.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's on Steam, because I should check.
Yeah, I think you can actually just not do anything and have them all die. I think
it's
that's
not on Steam. Okay. But yeah, no, that was funny. Watching them die in like horrible ways because you made the wrong choice.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and it's funny because there are some options that you pick that it doesn't matter. Like they're gonna die anyway.
I think it is possible to save everyone. I think I looking at the PlayStation trophy list, and there is a trophy for saving everyone.
Okay.
So there is a way apparently to not have them die, but why you would choose that option is a mystery to me.
Like that's the kind of mission you have to get first. Like if you do that first, you get it out of the way, and then you can just be like, all right, who am I killing?
Yeah. Well, that's kind of why I do the good playthrough first. Every time I play is just like, okay, this is like generally considered the proper playthrough. Like they want you to play as the good guy, and then you can like be a dick in all the subsequent playthroughs.
I kind of felt that. Let's see, it was Infamous Second Son. I started off with the bad story because I had a feeling that, like when I did the first bad story for the first Infamous, it was kind of like, yeah, but that story doesn't really sit well with me, and so yeah, whatever. So I'll go with the good story, and it's kind of like, okay, yeah, I can see where that is a thing.
I think it started because I played Baldur's Gate as a kid, and if you played that as a bad guy, then like fuck you. It just makes the game harder for no reason.
Yeah. Well, Infamous Second Son's bad ending, it just makes you into a little bitch, and it really drove me nuts because it was just the character just throwing a temper tantrum at the end of the game, and it's just like I don't know. Yeah, I'll go with it. Spoiler alert for a 10-year-old game. Like, so he goes back home after his brother dies. And he's like, yeah, I can do all this stuff. And she's his, I guess, kind of adopted mom tells him that he's been a monster. And he's like, well, fuck you then. And then he just, like, power bombs her house. So, yeah, like, he just fucking kills her.
Wow.
And I'm like, wow, that is completely a dick move. And then he gets his abilities by absorbing them from other people. And so he goes.
So he's a leech.
So he goes to all these people that are in this prison, and he's like, "I'm going to shake everyone's hands as they leave."
That's usually the problem with having like an evil option. Is like being the evil option is usually just being a dick for no reason. Like there's no like clever evil. It's just kicking puppies and torching orphanages just for the sake of it, just because it's the evil thing to do.
Yeah.
Like,
I really hope he at least sanitize his hands in between those handshakes, because that's a really good way to catch something other than new powers, especially in a prison.
Yeah. All right. Until Dawn has scored a point with me in reading this. Peter Stormare's in it.
Okay.
So that's a plus.
I know the name, but I can't think of his face.
9 times out of 10, he's playing a villain.
Oh, okay.
I'll bring up a picture here. Oh yeah, Dave was on share duty.
Give me a second. I'm getting it. Oh, this guy.
Oh, this guy. Yeah, I know him.
Love
he
this
does look
guy.
like a villain.
He's so good.
Best depiction of the devil you'll ever have.
So let's see.
And I will fight any man who says otherwise.
I'm trying to find which character he is in this game.
Probably the villain.
Well, I don't know which one's the villain because I don't know anything about.
Oh yeah, I suppose I don't know much about that either, but
I'm not saying that's. Okay, this wiki is pretty bad then. Let's go. Until Dawn, Peter Storm.
yeah, he mostly plays bad guys anyway. It's
doesn't seem to be a way to Find out the character's name. Oh, here we go. Oh, he's the doctor. Okay, Dr. Alan Hill.
That's it. I remember him being in the movie, the villain in the movie Hero. And I don't know if you've ever seen that movie, but it's a really... I really like that movie, but it is really fucking stupid. And it's got Jeremy Sisto, who is... let's see... He plays Detective Lupo on Law and Order. And there is Dana... God, what the hell's her name?
I'm just gonna say Cardi. Just
I can't think of her last name. Well, I can just look up the movie here. Fuck, why am I making it complicated? Not My Hero Academia. Shit. Get that out. Dina Meyer. That's who it was. Not Dana. And let's see. Peter Stormare as the suspicious character.
Great name.
Brian White as a token black guy. And it's really funny. He's like, so you hired me because I'm black? Well, yeah. But, so yeah, Jeremy Sisto plays a guy who works in the movie theater. He's absolutely obsessed with movies. And he talks to... He's entirely in breaks the fourth wall every time. So he's constantly talking to the audience as if they're there, and everyone sees him talking to the audience, and they think he's fucking nuts. And then, as it goes on, he's like trying to make everyone realize that they actually have their own audience. And Peter Stormare is actually a character who steals audiences.
Oh, okay.
No, it's a really good movie, but it's really stupid. Like it's hard to explain how a movie can be bad and good, but you know those movies.
Yeah.
And the movie Hero is definitely one of those. Yeah, it's and Dina Meyer plays his shrink.
Okay.
Who is like, she's like, oh, this is a really interesting character, and then they kind of become a thing, and yeah. And Peter Stormare being Peter Stormare, so it's
No, I don't know who this Dina Meyer is, so I'm going to pretend you actually meant Dana Carvey all along.
Probably better.
It's probably going to be funnier.
Same thing.
And this is Dina Meyer.
Give me a second.
And okay, now we just needed to say "Party on, Wayne," and
Yep.
see who does it better.
And thus the true.
I mean,
Dina
I could
Dana
probably
is...
make her say "Party on Della." Does that count?
Close enough.
So yeah, that's that's my good and bad movie of the night. So there you go. If you get a chance, I'd say check it out.
Fair enough.
I'm looking through my unplayed games. It's like, oh, that game's cool. Why haven't I played that? And then, yeah, there's so many of them.
Huh. His name is Rolf Peter Ingvar Storm.
That's a long name.
Professionally known as Peter Stormare. All right. He's Swedish. He doesn't.
Okay.
I wouldn't have thought he was Swedish.
The more you know.
Yep.
Ha! I've got a game called What Is Love?
Baby, don't hurt me.
Yeah, that's exactly where my mind went to. I don't even know what kind of game it is, but it's got 1,577 achievements. So,
You know, you should always avoid playing that song anywhere near a window.
it's no, I'm wrong. 1,582 achievements in this game,
Oh my!
That's
and they're all got brilliant names like "What is Love Number 1," "What is Love Number 2," "What is Love Number 10." So I have no idea what this game is. It actually it's been taken off Steam because it doesn't have a store page. So I have no idea what it is. Absolutely none.
Oh, it looks like there is a multiplayer escape room game.
Okay.
But it looks like it's in German.
Perfect.
Der Cranky College.
So we're trying not to get thrown into the oven?
No, I think you're trying to come up with reasons to get Badger involved so he can translate, and then we can torture him with Donkey Kong rap songs.
Oh, I automatically assume that too.
Yeah.
Congratulations! As your reward.
Hey, Badger, can you translate for us? Oh yeah, sure, no problem, man. Translates. So basically, what you're saying is, in German, that's saying, and then just start playing the Donkey Kong rap.
Yeah, no. Just have him translate. So they're finally here performing for you.
You know what? That'd be really funny to do, like a live stream donation to him with just a verse of the DK rap translated in German. Have him read it on air and just start laughing. I'm sure after even he would probably give it a small laugh for one of those after so long.
He'll probably start and just be like, "Oh, you motherfuckers."
Yeah, that's probably exactly what he'd do, to be honest. He's done that before, so I could see it.
He's done what, sorry?
Oh, you motherfuckers. While halfway through reading something.
Oh, yeah. I think it's funny that he turned it into a whole thing. Like, if he just ignored it, he would have, like, played it once and forgotten about it. But because he, like, listened to, like, 2 seconds of it, said, no, I'm not playing this, and stopped, think, oh, well, now it's on.
Look, it's not my fault he's got a bad sense of taste. Maybe if he had been born somewhere in the Americas, this wouldn't be a problem.
Well, I mean, I was the one who started with the whole Donkey Kong rap thing. And then you played, was it All Rise for something? What's the name? Datloff. And he, like, did the same thing. He listened to 2 seconds and just like, nope.
Right? Such a prejudiced bastard.
Yes, he's very anti-Datloffian. Such bigotry really shouldn't be allowed on Twitch.
Right? Like, seriously.
So I'm reading the reviews for this escape room thing.
Hmm.
One of them is just a text wall of an ass.
Hmm.
Like the text art, whatever. Just an ass in booty shorts.
Oh, gosh.
Good review.
Nice game, but can't drink hydrogen peroxide.
Okay.
My wife left. Let's see here. If this had a price tag, I'd say it's a bit short, but it's free.
Free is
right.
good.
This game made me realize I'm stupid and I don't like it. I do absolutely hate it when I'm playing a game and I get stuck at a spot and I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna look up how to do this. And so like, oh, you just move this switch over here. Click, you're done.
Yeah.
Fuck, I spent an hour going across this entire room and all I had to do was just hit X here. You've got to be shitting me.
That's happened to Della in the Lego Batman game. He got stuck, and then the solution was something like really obvious.
Yeah, and like I went to that spot and I looked and there was nothing there. But sure enough, I've been trying to find the answer so long. I'm like, fine, let me look it up on the internet. What do you mean it's right there the whole time?
Right.
I was fucking there.
And apparently, I've got a game called Stargazer, but it doesn't have NYTZ at the end, so it's only half of what it should be. I got Knights of the Old Republic.
Do you have a bird, or is that?
Oh no, the birds are outside. I don't own any animals.
That's fair.
I've got a game called Slammed, which is like a visual novel about professional wrestling.
Oh. Most of the professional wrestling games were pretty good. I miss those.
Yeah,
this is a visual novel, though. So it's basically just you're reading a story about professional wrestlers.
Well, that's just awful.
Yeah, well, you get to make decisions. So, like, you can choose, like, do a power bomb here, or sort of do an Irish whip, and then your character will do that. But yeah, it's like picking choices from a menu. It's not real time wrestling.
Oh, so it's like oh god, what the hell's that text game?
Oh,
Go left. You can't go any further left.
old school RPGs.
Yeah, those are fun. But
Apparently, I've got a fishing game. Why the hell do I own a fishing game?
Probably a bundle.
I can only assume.
all right. Seems we're scraping the bottom of the barrel, so I think we're gonna call it. Going with parting thoughts. Yeah, for you, Della.
Fuck Canadian internet.
Agreed.
Yeah.
And you, Terry?
I will now list all 1,345 unplayed games in my Steam library.
Jesus Christ.
No,
Why couldn't you do that at the start of the stream, Terry?
Okay, that can be my parting thought.
I think I only have 3 that are unplayed.
Okay.
And one of them is just like, why did I even buy you? Yeah, I really don't have anything to go with. So I'm just going to say I have my consultation tomorrow, bright and early. And yeah, I guess we'll see where I go from there.
Yeah. See you later, guys.
Yep, on that, the zoo is closed. You guys have a good evening. Night.
Bye-bye.
Whatever, wherever you are. Get the hell out of here.